So we're finally up to the last three. Shloshes Yemei Hagabola. That's the last stop before Chag HaShavuos, before Matan Torah. So the last three of the 48 Kinyan Torah are probably associated with the last 3 days before Chag HaShavuos. HaMah'kim es Rabo. Any Marvitz Torah, any Magachir, any teacher of Torah knows how much we could learn from our Talmidim. Like the great Amoira says in Tanis Tav Zayin, Rav Chanina Baruch Hu mahar b'lamadatim Rabbeisai, mechaverei yoyse mehem umitalmidai yoter mikulam. And many times in our study, past few months, I mentioned that Rav Chanina had the greatest Rebbe of them all. He was a Talmud of Rabbeinu HaKodesh. He had so much to learn, and he learned so much from his great Rebbe. Af al pi ken, he is the one to say, Mitalmidai yoyse mekulam. As much as I learned from my Rebbe, I learned even more from my Talmidim. The Pasuk says in Mishlei, Perek Chof, Pasuk Hey, HaMah'kim eitzo belavish ve'ishtuvuno yidleno. Rashi writes, who is that ishtuvuno? V'talmid novoin, ba v'doyle oisoi memayav. Eitze amuke belavish, but sometimes you need that very special Talmud to bring it out. How much a Rebbe could learn from his Talmidim, we also see from the relationship between Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish. Reish Lakish was his brother-in-law. Reish Lakish was his Talmud. And when Reish Lakish passed away, Rabbi Yochanan was crying and screaming out of pain, Heichen at Bar Lekisha, where are you? Bar Lekisha, Ben Lakish. So the Chachamim saw he desperately needs a good chavrusa. They set him up with Rabbi Elazar ben Pedas, who was a tremendous Ilui. But after a few sessions of chavrusa, Rabbi Yochanan became frustrated. And he told Rabbi Elazar ben Pedas, you're giving me compliments all the time. Or whatever I say, you say, well, that's great, that's amazing, that's wonderful. This is not what I need. When I learned with Reish Lakish, he had 24 kashas, and I had to come up with 24 terutzim. That is a Talmud, HaMah'kim es Rabo. And when it happens, and when the Talmud is Mah'kim es Rabo, how does the Rebbe respond? Is he offended? Was the Bergen hurt when Reish Lakish had 24 kashas and everything he said? No, to the contrary. Sanhedrin Kufay Omid Beis, Omer Rav Yossi Bar Choni, Bakol Oda Mitkaneh, Chutz Mebno V'Talmido. The Rebbe is happy with his Talmud because it is through his Talmud that he broadens his scope and his profound understanding. Sometime after my wedding, I was just about 21 years old, and my great Rebbe, the Kloisenberger Rebbe, called me and he told me, I want you to be a Magachi in the yeshiva. I objected, and I said, I just got into Koilo. And he said, you're not a cut out for Koilo. You don't belong in a Koilo. You need to teach Torah. And teach Torah I did. I was about 1.5 years, 2 years older than my Talmidim, and I've been teaching Torah since then, and I don't regret it. As much as I learned from my Rebbeim, mitalmidai yoyse mekulam. And almost every time I give a shiur, I learn so much from my talmidim. And that is HaMah'kim es Rabo. The Tiferes Yisrael and the Medrash Shmuel have another interpretation. I don't think it's basic pshat, but I do think it's so important. And their pshat HaMah'kim es Rabo is that the Talmud makes an effort to justify what his Rebbe said, to understand. We're living in a day and age in which every young bocher thinks he's smarter than everyone else, and he just argues about everything his Rebbe says, and that is not a good approach. Everyone could make mistakes. David HaMelech says in Tehillim, Shgias Miyavin. But it is the duty of the Talmud really to try to understand, try to be miyashiv, try to reconcile. Believe that your Rebbe knows what he's talking about. So don't be happy to dispute and argue against, but really make an effort, try to understand. And that is a novel interpretation of HaMah'kim es Rabo. He always sees his Rebbe as a far greater chacham, as being far wiser than he is. All the best and have a beautiful Shabbos.